Hey, good morning, my friends and followers here on X.com. This is Ralph with another live stream talking a little bit about home-based business, affiliate marketing, and ways that you can make money from home. And today the topic is inconsistency, avoiding this fatal flaw in home-based business. And think about it this way. When we first get started in home-based business, you want to be your own boss, right? This is a common sentiment amongst all entrepreneurs that I have talked to and that I've listened to, is that they want to be their own boss, they want to set their own schedule, and they want to. I think the unspoken part that occasionally gets spoken out loud is, I want to work when I feel like it. And if you've been working many years at a company, you've been clocking in, you've been a slave to the time clock for 10, 15, 20 years, and suddenly you find a way to escape that, to be your own boss and set your own schedule. The fatal flaw that we can fall into is showing up to work only when we feel like it. And that is no way to run your home-based business. That's no way to attract customers. My first job in home-based business, I wasn't really an entrepreneur back in those days. I was more of a self-employed person with a self-employed mindset. And I had spent, oh gosh, how many years? I had spent at least 30 years working for other companies, being on a schedule, punching that time clock. And when I got into my first home-based business, I thought this was great, being able to set my own schedule, working when I felt like it. However, the problem is when I started getting customers who wanted to have their lawns taken care of. I was into lawn care back in those days. A lot of them wanted me to show up at a particular time and to get the job done by a particular time. And, after the job was done, I was there to get paid. And it was a lot like having a job, except instead of having one boss, I had about 25 different bosses. I had quite a few clients back in those days, and I was mowing lawn, and some of my clients were out of towners. So those jobs were pretty neat. They would mail me the check, and then I would go out and take care of the lawn on my way into my other job, or whenever I felt like it. Or I had a lot of flexibility in those jobs. But I had a lot of other customers who were there on site, living in the house, who wanted me to be there at a particular time because they wanted to be there, see what kind of a job I would do, be there to write a check and pay me. And I had one lady who was just a silver-haired angel. She came across as a complete hard nose, and she would be there inspecting the lawn, inspecting the grass, literally measuring how tall the grass was after I mowed it. She wanted it, such and such a height in some areas of the lawn, and then on a slope where they had a lot of problem with water drainage and soil erosion. She wanted that to be cut about a half inch taller than the rest of the lawn. And she would actually come out and measure it and look at it, make sure I did it right. And then, bless her heart, when it came time for me to tell her how much I would charge for that day, she would look at me after I quoted her the price, and she would say, "Oh, that's completely unreasonable. I'm going to pay you twice that amount," because she thought I was undercharging by an incredible amount. And God, I miss that lady. She was a jewel amongst my other customers, but amongst all the customers I've had to this date, actually. But yeah, she would be there inspecting everything I did, making sure it was just right. And then when it came time to write the check, she would say, "Okay, that's too low. That's completely ridiculous." She would double that amount and then write me a check for that amount. So I walked away from those jobs very, very happy. She demanded a lot, but she knew she demanded a lot, and she paid a lot more than my other regular customers. But with her, I learned the value in consistency because, yeah, she wanted me to show up at a particular time. She wanted me to do the job in a particular way. And once I had been doing that job for a few weeks, a couple of months, I pretty much knew what she wanted, how she wanted it. And, she just got to the point where she would just kind of let me roll, and she knew I knew what had to be done, what needed to be done. And it was just a matter of her doubling my price and paying me twice the amount I asked for. But, consistency mattered a lot with her. And consistency matters a lot with a lot of other people, with all of us. Imagine you're showing up for a business meeting, maybe a webinar, maybe a seminar, maybe it's a free space here on X or whatever it is. Maybe it's something that you're getting for free, maybe it's something that you're paying for. But when somebody schedules an event and you want to attend that event, you're showing up for it, and if they don't show up for it, you're disappointed. And if they end up, you're waiting on them for like half an hour, and then they finally get on social media and cancel it, you feel let down. And as an entrepreneur or a self-employed business person, as a home-based business person, you cannot afford to disappoint too many of your customers. You cannot afford to disappoint too many of your clients. And inconsistency in how you do things will end up disappointing a lot of people. You need to find a schedule that works for you in your home-based business and then stick to that schedule. I was listening to a video on how to use traffic exchanges to get free leads. And this one guy emphasized the importance of consistency in surfing the traffic exchanges, highlighting that people that would do their surfing, do their posting, do their email marketing using safe lists at such and such a time, consistently, day to day to day, got better results than people who just showed up whenever and did whatever they felt like doing. So, consistency works tremendously well across the board. Jim Rohn used to talk about this, and he would say, when you get up in the morning, make your bed, wash your hair, comb your hair, wash your face. Don't ask why, just do it. Do not sign up for that class. And he would emphasize the importance of getting into a daily routine that empowered you. And it started out doing something very simple, doing something very basic. Getting up at a particular time, making your bed, washing your face, doing your shaving, whatever it is that you do, but doing it consistently to get yourself in the proper mindset to do business for that day. And what do a lot of us entrepreneurs do when we break away from our traditional 9 to 5 or 11 to 7s? That's what I used to work, 11 o'clock at night till 7 o'clock in the morning. Boy, that was a fun shift. But what do we do when we break away from that? We show up when we feel like. Maybe we don't shave for a few days. Maybe we get up, we don't make the bed. We just get into the sloppy, lazy pattern of doing what we feel like doing when we feel like doing it. And that does not make success. It is not what success is built upon. We need to get into a pattern, a regular method of daily operation, and stick with it. And I'm not going to prescribe a a daily method of operation that will work for you. I've got one that works for me and I'm sticking with it. But just work out something that works for you and then stick with it day after day after day. And then on the weekends, if you're in a home-based business where you're taking the weekends off or taking one day a week off, on that one day of the week or 2 days of the week, yeah, do whatever you feel like. Relax, enjoy. But when it's a work day for you, treat it like a work day. Get into the mindset of a business person and not in the business of a sloppy, lazy person that just wants to do whatever, whenever. Because, yeah, when you're building a business or when you're working a business that is already thriving, you don't want to be doing that because that will kill a thriving business. And that mindset will also keep a business from getting to the point where it is thriving. So, consistency is the key in home-based business. Get into a routine where you're doing, work out a schedule. Like my schedule right now, Monday through Friday, I'm going to be here on X, 9:30 in the morning, doing a live video, going about 10, 20 minutes, however long I decide to go, and hopefully be providing value to a lot of people talking about home-based business. And then at about 12:15, be doing the same thing over on Facebook. In between times, going to be talking to people, doing prospecting, doing social media marketing in other forms, and expanding and growing my business that way. But I mean, you've got to figure out what you need to do, prioritize about 3 things, maybe 4 things that are very important for you to get done each and every business day. And then make that a priority in your schedule and schedule your priorities. And then, yeah, show up every day, work your plan. I used to know a guy, I don't know where this saying originated from, but he always used to say, plan your work and then work your plan. And doing that consistently, you can become successful in a lot of different areas, not just home-based business, but a lot of other fields too. So, yeah, inconsistency. Avoid that like the plague. If you get into the mindset where you really don't care about your business, you really don't care about showing up, then you're not going to be in home-based business very long. You have to change your attitude or else go out and get another job where you're going to have a boss, a taskmaster breathing down your neck telling you what to do and when to do it. I prefer the freedom of home-based business, and so that bears with it the responsibility of being your own boss, being your own taskmaster, and keeping yourself on track. So, yeah, if you're wanting to move ahead in home-based business, definitely plan on being consistent in your home-based business activities. Now, I've got a personal app. I don't have my link for that available yet on these live streams, but it's a personal development app, helps you in setting your own schedule, helps you in planning your goals, both daily and long term, comes with a virtual vision board that fits on your smartphone, and it comes with a digital journal that fits on your smartphone as well. It's a nice little app for personal development. And the neat thing about that is that it also pays $8 recurring commissions. So it's something that you can use as an app to help you grow and become more consistent. And if you want to work it into a side business, you can also do that. This app is $10 a month, and you find 2 customers that want to join using your affiliate link, then, you make 2 sales, you're in profit already, and you're getting the app for free. So if you're interested in checking out that personal development app, let me know in the comments down below. I'll DM you the link, and yeah, you can check it out. And if you're not interested, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. So, hey, this is Ralph signing out. Thanks for dropping by. Catch you tomorrow for another episode tomorrow. Going to be talking about why I am not monogamous with social media platforms. Not going to explain anything more about it right now, but that's the topic for tomorrow. I'll go into all the spicy details on that. But yeah, this is not about sexual relationships. This is about business and why I am not monogamous when it comes to social media platforms. So that'll be tomorrow. Till then, take care. Have a great one. Ralph signing out. Catch you later.